we've seen each other. We've been around each other. We've been in the same room and all that sort of thing.
Yes.
But we both have the distinction. We were actually just talking about it as having served as director of public relations at Southern University at New
At
Orleans.
New Orleans.
At New Orleans, at Nouvelle
Yes.
Orleans. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Which
so
is
mhm.
70 years
It is 70
since it was
years.
founded this year.
That's right.
Mhm.
Well, happy anniversary to Suno, to the Knights.
Yes, to
Yeah.
the Knights.
One of these days, we're going to have to get the good chancellor on. We're going to have to get Dr. Bowie on here to talk about what's going on at Suno. Every time I run into him, I enjoy a few minutes talking
Hmm.
to him. And so that would be really cool. We'll do something at Southern. It's like, oh, great. We ain't going to be in Baton Rouge. No, no, no. I'm going to be in New Orleans.
Yes.
Oh, well, no, you're going to be at Suno. What's Suno? Southern University in New Orleans. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, that's not what you're talking about. Now I'm going to be at Southern. Because I'm going to a football game. You're definitely not going to Suno
No,
then.
you're not.
If
Maybe
you're going to a football
basketball,
game, right?
volleyball, but
Right, right. And so I've had people argue me down, or try to argue me down. People who they like to consider themselves well versed in HBCUs.
yes.
They have tried to argue me down that A&M, Southern University and A&M College is in New Orleans.
Well, what's interesting about that is that it
It
started
started in New
in
Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
It did. And it's always funny to hear the Suno people kind of poke at the Southern people about that. Well, y'all started in New Orleans. I don't know why y'all acting like that.
I know.
But so another really cool piece of trivia though. So when Southern moved, and of course, as we know, Southern was where Catherine Drexel Prep is, St. Catherine Drexel Prep. So it was on Magazine Street.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that when Southern did leave, this is what gave the opportunity for Xavier to be founded. My great grandfather, Medard Hilaire Nelson, was the person who actually spoke to folks and said, "Hey, we need another university."
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, so he was.
History here.
Yeah, I know the WBOK listeners, they're sick of me telling this story, but you know what? Deal with it. You're gonna hear the story.
Don't tell it.
A gang, you're gonna hear this story. But it excites me because the way I found out was by reading a history book. So my daddy told me all these cool things that my great grandfather did. He left out the part though about having a conversation about starting the first Black Catholic university in the Western Hemisphere.
Wow.
So
Okay.
he kind of left that part out. But I think I always when I think about Southern, and I think about that transition to Baton Rouge, and then you have Xavier, and then Suno comes along years later.
Yes.
It makes the ecosystem of higher education really interesting here.
And
Um,
don't forget about Dillard,
and then there's Dillard. Yes,
Yes.
there's Dillard where I
which was
was.
Straight University and New Orleans University. See, I've learned all this history.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I had to because I was a director of
there.
communications and marketing, so I had to. But that history is fascinating.
Yeah.
Um, and the reason Dillard, one of the things that I find most interesting about Dillard's history, especially when you have I can talk about this now publicly, but because I couldn't talk about it when I was working at
No,
Dillard.
you cannot.
But the funny thing is, I went to an event and there were a bunch of Xavier people there and a bunch of Dillard people there.
Hmm.
Of course, the Xavier people, the Xavier alumni, one of them walks up to me and said, "I wish y'all would stop saying y'all the first HBCU in Louisiana." And I said, "Why?" Because you weren't. Dillard wasn't around till the 30s. Xavier started in 1925. I said, "Yeah, but Dillard was a result of a merger."
Yes.
I said, "By the way, the Dillard University Alumni Association actually started before the university opened. So the board of Straight College and the board of New Orleans University actually had the vision for what they wanted Straight and New Orleans University to look like.
Yes.
They had a vision for it. This is documented that they had the vision for what they wanted this new institution to look like, and they thought of themselves as one institution. I mean, when they made the decision, and they thought of themselves that way. And so you could make the argument
You could.
that even though they were founded as two separate institutions, when they decided to come together, they didn't waffle on it. They they decided that they were going to do it
That they're
and make it
yes.
happen. And I said, and I think it's a fair claim that Dillard makes that they're the oldest HBCU in the state. I say I think it's a fair
I
claim.
think it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. And I mean, and look, I come from a Xavier family, so
Mhm.
you know, I think it's a fair claim. So it's really interesting. And one of the things I will say also, as I ramble this morning, I didn't even take my medication, but as I ramble this morning, one of the most underrated things about New Orleans is that we actually have one of the strongest higher education ecosystems in the country.
Yes.
And it is so underrated and so ignored.
And I don't understand why, because we produce some of the leaders of the country, of the world.
We really do. And on top of that, take a look at how many, I mean, this is how you really measure the strength is you take a look at how many people graduate from these institutions who stay
Yes.
and they work here, they live, they make lives here. And so I think one of the things that I would really like to see, and I mean, I know Mayor Moreno has a lot on her plate.
Just a little.
She has a little bit on her plate. But one of the things that I really would like to see the city make an investment in is trying to figure out how to capitalize on this higher education ecosystem.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I mean, we've never done it. We've never done it. It's always been the city, the people, and a few colleges. And we never even think about how many colleges and universities we even have within New Orleans proper. And so for years, I had been walking around saying, oh, yeah, we got 8 institutions of higher learning, but we have 11 within New Orleans proper. So, because the three that I leave out every single time are New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, Notre
Yes.
Dame,
Yes.
and LSU Health.
Yes.
I never count them as institutions of higher learning, but I always remember the other eight. And so so if you think about this, we have these really phenomenal bases covered as far as education. We have a research one in the city.
Yes.
We got Tulane.
Yes.
You have LSU Health, which is what is it? The a National Cancer Center designation is what they're going after right now.
Oh.
So you look at the research that they're doing, the cancer research that they're doing. So medical research, in which case you have both LSU Health and Tulane.
And Tulane.
And then
Yes.
we talk about law. You got Loyola and Tulane.
Yes.
And then liberal arts is off the charts in the city, among all the other institutions. And of course, and Xavier they have their research designation now.
Yes.
And then
And the pharmacy school.
with a pharmacy and and then a third medical school, Xavier Ochsner.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So now we have three medical schools in New Orleans proper. And so sorry, Xavier. So when we talk about the strength of we never ever think about it. And
We take it for granted.
we take it for granted.
Do.
We have failed to capitalize for just decades on the strength of the higher education ecosystem. And if people wonder why I obsess about it, that's why I obsess about it. I mean, when I started to really dig into higher education and colleges and universities as civic anchors,
Hmm.
something that I borrowed from my wife, Dr. Halim Malik Francis, because this was part of her research, her doctoral research. So when she started to really help me understand colleges and universities as civic anchors, how many people are employed by colleges and universities,
Yes.
alumni who stay in the city, and who help lead the city,
Yes.
we New Orleans leaves a wealth of resources on the table, and we don't tell the story. You know this part. We have to tell our story.
Yes. We need to tell our story.
Yeah, so I mean, so that's my top of the morning ramble.
Well, I think that's a good ramble because colleges are getting ready to start. School's starting back up, so that's a good ramble.
Yeah,
Very timely.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I mean, and then on top of that, um, I think one of the other things to really think about in terms of higher education, um, is social mobility. So think about how many people graduated from SUNO who were from the Ninth Ward. They were from, they were from uptown. They were from right outside of the city, and never in their wildest days dreamed that they would get a college degree. It probably wasn't even on the radar.
Probably not.
They go to SUNO, they go to Southern University in New Orleans, and then they graduate with a degree, and they have a life that they didn't think they could have.
Yes.
Um, and for the people who say, well, but are they millionaires? I mean, slow down. Okay. First of all, it's not like the world is teeming with millionaires.
It's
first
only
of all.
1%.
Exactly. People never do the math on this.
I
They
know.
never do the math on this ever. But if you graduate with a college degree, you stand much more of a chance of being gainfully employed for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And so there's that data point that's out there that says that people who have a college degree stand to make at least $1 million more over the course of a lifetime than people without a college degree.
Yes.
So I'm sorry if it's not your personal $1 million. I'm sorry, but we're not talking about just you. We're talking about overall.
Everybody. Yes.
And so I think that's something else to think about when we think about our local colleges and universities. And then on top of all of this, one of the things that I've been on lately is people talk about the effectiveness or the relevance of higher education. We automatically punt. When we start this conversation, we always seem to punt to elite institutions and how much they cost. Nobody ever thinks about, number one, the affordable 2-year option,
Yes.
and then how you can use the 2-year option to float into the affordable 4-year option. So if you're paying $5,000 a year at River Parishes Community College, and then you decide to transfer to LSU New Orleans, which I don't know what the tuition is there, but it can't be much more than 15 grand a
Yeah,
year.
what is it going to be now that it's LSU New Orleans?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. That's a
It even
very good
feels
question.
strange to say that right now.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm surprised. I'm surprised I
You
was able to
did
get
it
it out as
just like
smoothly
that.
as I did. Yeah, I know. But I mean, but if you talk about that, or I think Suno might be, I don't know, around 11 grand a year or something like that, maybe 11, 12 grand. I'm guessing here. Um, but you're still talking about a savings,
Yes.
a big savings, and people never think about the affordable options. And so, love Tulane, love Loyola, but they are
I went to
expensive.
both of those, so
Oh,
I
so
love
there you
them.
go.
There
There
you
you go.
go.
Oh, you're a Wolf.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
go,
I am.
go Wolfpack. Oh,
Yes.
so, uh,
But I
so,
will say that when I worked at SUNO, I always said that university was uh, the best kept secret in New Orleans of what it has done for the
hmm
community.
it really is.
And, the powers that be never like to talk about the fact that so many people, like they may have started out at Southern in Baton Rouge or at Grambling, but they came to SUNO and completed their degree.
hmm Yes, yes.
I talked to a lady yesterday who said that very thing. Yeah, well, I started at Southern, but I always credit SUNO because that's where I received my degree.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
This is a good thing.
this is a good thing.
I mean, I always tell people this. When I was a job recruiter, I don't ask people, "Did you transfer?" I ask you,
Mhm.
"Do you have a degree?" That was the question.
That's what you care about.
Yeah, it was so funny to hear people when I was a recruiter, when I was a job recruiter, and I would ask them, as part of the phone screening, if the job required a degree. I would ask them, "Did you complete your degree program?" Because I had to be very specific with this question. I learned
Yes.
I couldn't ask people, "Do you have a degree?" Because they they would say, "Oh yeah, I have a degree," and then for whatever reason, they found it really easy to not tell the truth about that. So I had to start asking them, "Did you complete a degree program?" And
Oh,
that was a very different
wow. That
question.
is a different question.
It was a very different. So, but when I would ask people that, it was interesting, Tammy, how many people would start explaining stuff. So they would say, "Well, yeah, but it took me a little longer than I wanted to." It's like, "Pfft, so it took me a little longer too." Oh, don't worry. I was a super senior. It's fine.
I think I was only one of the rare ones who's like, I'm getting in and out of here
Oh,
quick.
God bless you.
I did 4 years. Now that's some people do 3. I didn't
hmm
do 3, but I was like, I gotta get out of here. This
Oh,
tuition.
yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
respect.
But I
Respect.
know that many people take
Mhm.
a little longer than that, and that's fine.
I was having some problems.
It's all about completing the program.
And that was always my question. Did you finish?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I finished. That's all I'm asking you. When you get this job, nobody's gonna be sitting around talking to you about. I mean, yeah, sometimes people are gonna talk about how long it took them to finish their degrees, but that's not. Basically, when you get this job, they want to know if you can do the job.
That's it.
That's basically it.
And more than likely in New Orleans, we're more talking about your high school years than your college years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And so that was always interesting, but it was also interesting to hear people when I asked them, "Did you finish your degree program?" They would start explaining that they transferred from one place to another, especially the ones who might have gone to, I like to say, the more well-known brand name institutions. And
Hmm.
so they would say something like, "Well, I started off at University of Texas at Austin, but then I had to transfer, and I wound up transferring to Texas Southern." And I'm going, I didn't ask you all of that.
I know.
I just need to
Too
know,
much information.
did you complete the degree program at Texas Southern University? That's all I need to know.
Answer the question that is asked.
Just answer the question. Don't.
Because you can talk yourself out of a job that way.
Right. So I remember there was one candidate who started explaining herself. And I stopped and I asked her, I said, "I have a question. Why did you explain all of that to me?" And she said, "Well, because when people see that you went one place and you transferred, they think that something's wrong with you." And I said, "Yeah, but why is that anybody's business?"
Yes.
And she goes, "Well, because I didn't finish where I wanted to finish." And I said, "Okay, I'm still not understanding the problem. Why did you feel the need to explain it?" And so she just kept kind of going back and forth
Yes.
with a non-explanation. And I said, "Okay, do me a favor. When you get in an interview, don't you ever sit in that interview and start explaining stuff that doesn't need to be explained.
Exactly.
Answer the questions. That is it." And so I said, "I'm going to impart some wisdom from my days when I was pledging Alpha Phi Alpha."
Oh, Alpha Phi Alpha. Okay, that's another conversation.
Uh-oh. I'm good. I said, "I'm going to impart some wisdom. Something very valuable that I was told, or that we were told when we were pledging, was don't volunteer information. Never volunteer information." I said, "So please, for the love of all that is holy, do not get in an interview and start volunteering information."
Do not.
And we actually, this was supposed to be a 15-minute phone screen. It wound up being a 45-minute conversation.
Oh, wow. And this was a phone screen and she was doing all of that.
Yeah. And I felt so bad and I had time. So I felt really bad because I'm going, you are going to walk into an interview and tear yourself to shreds.
Yes.
And you're going to almost guarantee you're not going to get the job because you're too busy explaining things that you don't have to explain to anybody.
Do not.
Yeah. So that was that was something that I found that people, when it comes to higher education, a lot of people feel kind of insecure if they didn't graduate from the brand name institution.
Hmm.
You know, I've actually walked through an airport, um, and I have my Loyola shirts. And people said, "Oh, did you go to Loyola Chicago?" And I said, "No, I went to the real one. I went to New Orleans."
Yes, the
and,
real
and, it-
one.
and it's so funny to watch people go, "Mm." And I know they want to ask me, "What do you mean the real one?"
The real one.
I said, "No, New Orleans, we're the real ones. We're the real ones." I'm not explaining it to you. I'm not gonna explain it. You're welcome, Loyola University, New Orleans, Wolfpack. Did you know
Yes.
Jared is a wolf too?
I didn't know that.
Yes, a few of us actually. Suzette Bagneris, Jared, yours truly. So yeah, there's a few of us running around here.
Good stock. Good stock.
I know, we're trying. We're definitely trying. Do we need to go to a commercial break? Oh, okay. He's giving me that look. So Jared has a producer look, okay? And the look is when his eyebrows get kind of low. That's a producer look. That means you're talking way too long and it's time for the commercial break. Let me tell you another story. No, I'm joking. All right, we are on the Good Morning Show. I'm Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton. It's good to hang out with y'all again. So listen, if there's anything you feel the need to talk about this morning, if there's any news that's on your mind, then give us a call. We don't have any guests in the first hour, so the phone line is open for you. Give us a call. That number is 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. I'm Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton. Tammy Barney's hanging out on the Good Morning Show, WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Hey, this is Dave Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 a.m. every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
This summer, the place to be is downtown. From incredible restaurants and shopping to retail, wellness, and so much more. Enjoy special offers and discounts from participating downtown businesses all season long. Brought to you by the Downtown Development District. Whether it's after work, date night, or weekend fun, there's always something happening downtown. Plan your next outing at participating locations like Coppervine, Mother's, the Audubon Aquarium, and Riverwalk Outlets. Visit downtownnola.com. Summer starts here.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, Saints of God, this is Pastor David Impartan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 1230 a.m. See you on Saturday.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-311-5977. That's 800-311-5977. 800-311-5977.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Partly cloudy, hot and muggy with a dose of afternoon storms today. Highs reach 89 to 95, feeling like the triple digits. Spotty storms arriving in the afternoon, lasting through evening. Not everyone will see them. And then for tonight, 75 to 78, muggy again. For tomorrow, 90 to 95, feeling like the triple digits, and another round of scattered storms. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Rishaw.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton, and Tammy Barney is hanging out with us. Thank you so much for dealing with my ramble and my rant, Tammy. Tammy, I appreciate you.
I loved it.
Oh,
I love a good ramble.
Oh, well, you don't hear that often. You don't hear that often. By the way, tonight is the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals. The only reason I bring this up is because we kind of know somebody who's going to be enshrined on Saturday. We have Larry Fitzgerald, who's going to be enshrined. Luke Kuechly, which, okay, fine. Adam Vinatieri makes perfect sense. Roger Craig. I was a big Roger Craig fan when the 49ers were hot and they were doing their thing. And one, Drew Brees.
Drew Breezy.
We call him Breezes. He's going to be enshrined. First ballot Hall of Famer. We knew it. We saw it. He was breaking records left and right. And so this is actually a pretty cool thing to watch. For the Saints to have a first ballot Hall of Famer, I don't know if you ever thought you would see the day.
Never thought I would see the day. But I'm so glad to see Drew getting the recognition that he deserves, because he didn't get enough while he was playing.
You don't think he did?
No, he never got MVP. Like,
that's true.
What is that?
I always forget that. He never did get MVP. Yeah. And there was one season he probably should have had it hands down.
Yes.
I think it was the infamous no call.
Not that season.
I think it was the infamous no call season when he should have gotten it, or one of the seasons around that season.
Yes.
Where a lot of people were like, no, this is hands down. He's the MVP. You're right. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then I was looking at all the stats. They were showing his stats stacked against Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and then he was a nice guy, and he's a nice guy.
You know, so I'm gonna make some people angry when I say this, but the way that Drew Brees doesn't get credit against Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and whoever, it kind of reminds me, and I'm not trying to defame the man's name, but it kind of reminds me of the Tim Duncan, who really should be talked about in the same breath with Kobe Bryant.
I loved Tim Duncan.
And
Quiet giant. But if you look at his stat line, if you look at his stats, there were some areas where he actually was better than Kobe. Mm-hmm.
And all around, I don't know how many more rings Tim Duncan has. I don't know if he has more rings than Kobe. I think he might. He might have the same amount of rings that Kobe Bryant did. I'm not sure.
For a while there, the Spurs were really winning a lot.
Oh yeah, they were doing their thing. But it reminds me of that conversation because, people, the Kobe Bryant, fans, and you're a fan, great, be a fan, I understand. But Tim Duncan deserves to be in that conversation every single time. When you talk about that particular era of basketball players. So I think Drew Brees kind of goes through the same thing with Tom Brady, and excuse me, and when people talk about, when people talk about why the Saints never won more Super Bowls, I think, the X factor for it was the year that they did win the Super Bowl. The defense was just, the defense was lights out the entire season.
Yes.
The Saints didn't have another defense like that after that. It was the offense usually carried the game.
That's true.
With a really good defense.
Yes.
But the Super Bowl year, the defense was a big difference maker because they took the ball away a lot. And Brees never had that again.
Right.
He never had a defense that took the ball away, no questions. Like, you knew you were going to get an interception or a fumble. You just knew it.
It was going to happen.
You just knew it that year. And I remember I made this really freaky prediction that came true before the NFC Championship game. I was having a conversation with Hal Clark, actually.
Oh, Hal Clark.
And I told Hal, I said, Adrian Peterson is going to fumble in the NFC Championship game. He said, you think so? I said, oh, yeah, he's going to fumble. He has a habit of dropping the ball. I said, I think he's going to fumble maybe 3 times. And he's like, what? I said, he drops the ball a lot, and the Saints like to strip the ball. And Adrian Peterson fumbled 3 times in that And
Great
that was
prediction.
well those are the days when I was watching. Those were the days when I was watching games like a hawk.
Mm-hmm.
And so and I was an Adrian Peterson fan. So I was like, man, he's really good. So when they played the Saints, I was like, he's good. I like Peterson, but he does drop the ball, and the Saints like to strip the ball. And I was like, he's not going to do just one fumble. It's going to probably be 1 or 3 fumbles.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was really funny. But yeah, Breeze never had another defense like that. So, so yeah, we got somebody on the line this morning. We got Roy on the line this morning. Good morning, Roy. What's on your mind?
Roy.
Oh, good morning. I have something of a more serious note if anyone has been paying attention.
Sure.
I've noticed there's been a lack of black attorneys advertising on the airways. I did some research on the matter.
Okay.
The Louisiana Bar Association governs the advertisement of attorneys, and I've noticed it's almost from a 10 for every African American. There's only one African American attorney is advertised in the airways. Majority of them are white firms, and I did a survey, and I asked the question, how many black attorneys can you name? And I dare say some people can only name one. Some people said none. And some even asked the question, do we have any black attorneys in the city?
Oh, goodness.
And
really?
That's a really.
If you watch the TV every day, 365, you're going to see an advertisement from a non-black firm on the airways. How many black attorneys do you see advertised on the TV?
Yeah.
How many have you saw?
It does seem disproportionate.
Now that you mentioned that,
yeah.
it does.
It is very, and I understand the Bar Association governs the how the attorneys advertise.
Interesting.
And this matter needs to be addressed because I talked to Gerard. Gerard took a show up last year concerning this matter, and they had the Bagneris firm, and they talked about the matter. And I think this matter needs to be brought up and discussed because if some people didn't run for office, I didn't know I wouldn't even know they were attorneys.
So Roy, I'm really curious. What got you interested in this? What got you interested in black attorneys advertising or not advertising?
Well, you can see the disparity in it. Every day you turn on the TV, you see an advertisement from a non-black firm. And I have to ask them a question, why is this? Why they're not advertising? And it really trusts me by being attorney, there's something legally wrong with this thing. This is a matter of you making survival. I'll give you a case in point. You take the attorney John Fuller. He's an excellent defense attorney. I have never seen any advertisement. If I didn't know he handled any high-profile cases, I wouldn't even know he was an attorney.
Well, I will tell you this from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
From a marketing standpoint, if your work is solid and if you got the work coming in, you're probably not going to do the advertising dollars. And so Fuller, as an example, if Fuller is doing really well without advertising, and he has a big billboard, he has a big billboard around the Superdome. So if he's doing well without radio advertising, I can understand why he would not do radio advertising. If the billboard, if he's able to track that he's getting business from that billboard, I can understand that. The other question though becomes budgets. Are people willing to spend the money on radio? And sometimes for some folks, they'll figure out the people who I'm trying to reach, they're not listening to that station or the other station. And so they don't do it.
I understand.
Or they
I understand.
Or one other thing they may do, Roy, is they may use digital advertising. So they may do what's called geofencing or something like that. And they'll just go straight to digital. And they know that their stuff is going to pop up on certain websites and certain places. And so that may be another reason. So I'm just thinking through what some of the reasons may be that they're not doing radio or TV advertising. They may be finding that they're getting business other way. And of course, the most powerful form of advertising is word of mouth, or the most powerful form of marketing.
That may be the case, but my question comes back to this. You have the Bar Association, which governs how you're going to advertise. That's the question. That's the big elephant in the room that no one's not addressing. and I think that matter needs to be addressed. Because if you just can't put your shingle out there and says I'm an attorney, and you got this telling you how are you going to get your message out. That's the question I'm trying to address. Want to know why the attorneys, specifically the Martinet Society, which is the law firm of black attorneys, why haven't anyone came in and addressed that issue?
That is a question, and I appreciate you raising it. As a matter of fact, thank you, Roy. I appreciate you calling in this morning, man. As a matter of fact, Jacqueline Wilmore on Facebook just wrote that Suzette Bagneris has discussed the advertisement of black attorneys. So, well, now I'm invested. Now I know. I want to know. Now I want to know more about this.
I do.
By the way, good morning to the folks who are hanging out on Facebook. Fern Ware. Good morning. Good morning, Alicia Plummer. Yes, I'm back for this morning, Alicia. Charles Ferguson, good morning to you. And good morning, Jacqueline Wilmore again. Cliff Dugar, good morning to you as well. So Alicia says Marcus Colston should have gotten Hall of Fame distinction. He made Drew look good. He should have gotten combat pay for catching Drew's horribly thrown balls.
He did catch some. He caught him.
So you know what? Now, here is the one thing about Drew Brees that people do not like to talk about.
What's that?
That man did throw away some games. He did. There were times when Drew Brees would play hero ball, and he would make some mistakes. And I would go, Drew, go sit down for a second. Especially when his shoulders started to really get to him. Yeah,
that's when it really happened.
Yeah, when his shoulders started to really get to him, I was really hoping he would retire a little sooner.
Yeah.
Word on the street is that the reason he did not, Ro Brown can probably straighten us out on this one. Word on the street is that the reason he did not retire when he wanted to is Tom Brady was interested in coming to the Saints. And so.
Well, thank you, Drew.
And Drew decided to stay.
Thank you, Drew.
That's word on the street. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's true. That might be something of social media lore, you know. Yes. So somebody on social media might have made that up. Ro Brown is Ro Brown is also clarifying something about championships. That Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan both won 5 championships.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Thank you, Ro.
Yeah, thank you, Ro. Appreciate you. Ro to the rescue. Ro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Ro. I just couldn't resist.
So they both had 5 championships.
They both had 5 championships, which is really interesting. So again, I am team Tim Duncan when it comes to underrated players or underrated legendary players. But back to the Marcus Colston thing, I've got to think that. So first of all, we should start a campaign. We should start a campaign for Marcus Colston to go to the Hall of Fame.
I love Marcus Colston.
We should. Too. We should. I don't know if his stats are strong enough. Again, I know Ro is going to straighten me out on this if I got it wrong. But I do wonder if Marcus Colston's stats are strong enough to get Hall of Fame consideration. Mm-hmm. I hope so. Because I really do think I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame.
I would love that. We need another Saint in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Saints wide receivers, hands down, no questions asked. Marcus Colston is my favorite. My favorite, absolute favorite.
Not a diva at all.
No, not a diva.
Just caught the ball and lined back up.
It just did his job.
Yeah.
And you know what he's doing now?
No, I don't. What is
he's
doing
doing
now?
business consulting.
Wow, that's
so
awesome.
He's doing. So I actually signed up for his email list, and he sends out these news. They're like missives. You know, he sends out these newsletters with his thoughts about leadership and consulting, and it is good stuff.
Oh, I'm gonna have to sign up for that.
Yes, you've got to look up Marcus Colston and the business that he's doing, the work that he's doing. He's gotten involved in tech. But yeah, he's doing leadership consulting, business consulting, and I mean his newsletters. I mean, I really, honestly, truly, when I read his stuff, I actually get uplifted because his stuff really is that inspirational.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, he is great, and it's funny because he writes the way he played. Like he writes in this really, I don't want to say matter of factly way. But he does write in a bit of an it's all business way. Like I'm here to do business, and that just seems to be his thing. That's how he rolls. You know.
I love that.
So if you get an opportunity, look up the work that Marcus Colson is doing. Sign up for his newsletter. I've actually read something from his newsletter on the air a couple of times. He really does do some really good inspirational stuff. Yeah.
I love to be inspired by Marcus.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I have to say that Saints wide receivers, who would be, if I had to give my top 5 of Saints wide receivers.
Wow, top 5.
Marcus Colson, number 1. Number 2. It's tough. Eric Martin. Eric Martin is number 2 for me.
Number 2. Okay.
Number 3 would be Hollywood Joe Horn.
Joe Horn. Yes.
Yeah. Number 4 may surprise some people. Lance Moore.
Lance
Moore was Mr. Dependable along with Marcus Colston. Yes. And number 5, I don't know if I would give it to Chris Olave. Not yet.
Not quite
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. Number 5, oh, goodness gracious. We only had him for a little while. I felt like Willie Snead could have been way better. I really do. But maybe I'll make it Devery Henderson. Maybe. I don't know.
Good.
But then Robert Meacham may be in there too.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to figure out. Oh, but how could I forget Wes Chandler?
How could you?
Wes Chandler would be number 5. Okay, that's it. Wes Chandler, number 5.
Got it.
We got it. All right, we got to get to a commercial break right now. Chelsea Napoleon is going to join us in a couple of minutes, so we're going to talk to her on the other side of the break. I'm Eddie Francis, in for Will Sutton on the Good Morning Show. Tammy Barney, thank you for hanging out with us this morning. It's the Good Morning Show, WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Come close. No, closer. Have you heard about the new blues show? It's the Blues Buffet with Jay Boogie, serving up all the blues you love to listen to.
Hey, New Orleans, it's Jay Boogie inviting you to join me for the Blues Buffet, the best soul blues mix on the planet. Happening Saturday night at 9 o'clock, right here at 12:30 a.m. WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
I'm Angelica Harris, a proud New Orleans native and founder of Top Tutors for Us. In high school, I raised my ACT score from a 60 to a 32 and earned more than $1.5 million in scholarship offers. Now, our award-winning platform connects Black students with tutors who look like them, from leading universities like Xavier and Tulane. Your child can achieve that same success. Visit TopTutorsForUs.com and follow Top Tutors for Us on social media. Built for our students by us.
What if you could pull up a chair at the same table as your doctors? Join me, Kimber White Dupree, as I welcome board-certified physicians Dr. Princess Dinner and Dr. Darlanda Rayno Harris. For Table Rounds, we're bringing those meaningful medical conversations out of the hospital and into our community. Health topics that matter most, from the health disparities and menopause to mental health and much more. Table Rounds with Dr. Princess Dinner and Dr. Darlanda Rayno Harris. Every 4th Monday at 10 a.m. on the front porch, because better conversations lead to better health.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Comparing the cost of will, successions, and trusts.
A will might only be a few $100s, but your family could end up paying more in legal fees.
Trust costs more upfront, but saves time, stress, and potentially thousands.
Think of it as paying a little now to avoid a big bill later. Smart planning means big savings for your family. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton. Tammy Barney sitting here.
Good morning, everyone.
The co-pilot.
Yes, I like being the co-pilot.
You don't want to be the pilot?
Not right now.
You don't want to sit in this chair?
I'm good right here.
Oh, come on. Come on. Just do it for one morning.
One morning. We'll see.
Feel the love. Feel the love from
Yes.
Facebook and YouTube. Feel the love from them. All right. We don't have the YouTube. Oh, well, you know what? The YouTube commenters, we usually have Sandra Muhammad and Galloway. They usually comment on YouTube, but we haven't upset them this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have to be upset in order to say something. I know how to get them angry, especially
That's what I was
Sandra.
going to say. What can we do to upset them?
Oh, I'll make it really easy. Obama was a fantastic president. There we go. Now that's gonna set them
That's
off.
all it takes?
That's gonna
Oh,
get
wow.
them. Yeah, that's gonna get them going. Yep. Yep. Yeah. The other thing. Oh, this is how I get Galloway going. I do trust politicians. All right. That's how
That would get me going.
It's not completely the truth either. All right, here we go. And so this morning, to give us an update on what's happening in the world of elections is our very own Chelsea Napoleon. Good morning. How are you, ma'am?
Good morning. Doing great. Thank you all for having me this morning. I really appreciate it.
No problem. So I understand you have an update for us about the goings on. So what do we have going?
Yes. So yesterday, qualifying to run for office to be on that November ballot started. Qualifying is this week. It's a 3-day process. Wednesday, Thursday, today, and Friday. Tomorrow is the last day. And it's available from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. On yesterday, we had 31 people come and qualify to run for office. And those positions range from judges, district attorney, and the constable. To be able to see candidates who came yesterday, you can check out our social media at Orleans Parish Clerk of Court, because candidates were allowed to do videos and that sort of thing. And so we posted that online so that you will be able to take a look at it. Additionally, if you are interested in knowing who qualified and in almost real time, because we enter the information onto the Secretary of State's website, because they are the entity that tracks that kind of information. And their website refreshes approximately every 3 minutes. So you will be able to see as people qualify as that list updates. And their website address is sos.la.gov. Again, that's sos.la.gov. Can I also talk about what to expect if you come to qualify?
I was going to ask you that question. So what should people expect?
So what people should expect is I added an information area to provide information to people coming in to qualify. And that information includes a flyer that provides a summary of the fees associated with qualifying to run for office. And it is laid out by position because different positions have different requirements. Additionally, we put information out there in addition to the qualifying fees because there was a law enacted that added a $25 recycling fee. So we wanted to make people aware of that, and the law that it relates to is on that flyer, so if the person wants to look it up to be able to get more details, they can. Additionally, we put the qualifying form itself at that information table, because if you need to know what kind of details you need to put, your mailing address versus your domicile address versus which email address you want to use or any number of other things, it gives you an opportunity to see the form before you come into the office to sit down to complete your process. And so you can figure all of those things out at that time. Interestingly, sometimes people don't recall the zip code that's associated with their P.O. box or whatever address they're using, so it gives them an opportunity to be able to do that. We also have set up in the hallway the I Voted poster that shows the new sticker, which was created by Terrence Osborne as an opportunity for people to be able to see it, to take pictures with it, whatever they choose. So that's what a person can expect when they come in for qualifying.
Would there be anyone or any type of person, and I know this might be an unfair question, but people who cannot qualify for whatever reason?
In terms of the function of the clerk's office, it is a ministerial duty. So if a person comes in and they complete the form and they pay the filing fees, their application for qualifying will be processed. Whether or not they meet the legal requirements comes after qualifying when a person challenges their actual qualifications in regards to those particular positions.
Got it.
So before a person comes down to qualify, they should look up those positions to determine what the requirements are. So, for example, to run for judge, you have to be a lawyer. You have to have practiced law, at least be licensed for a certain amount of time. So the person coming in to qualify has to know those things before they make that choice.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't run for judge. I won't be. All right. All right. No problem. Uh, and as far as when does qualifying close?
It closes on Friday at 4:30.
Oh, okay. So
Friday at 4:30.
So tomorrow at 4:30.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if anybody wants to run for office and they need to qualify, they need to hot-foot it over there, and they need to get to getting.
Yes, absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
Tomorrow at 4:30 is the time. And for anybody who wants to qualify, where can they find you?
So we are located in the Criminal Court Building at 2700 Tulane Avenue in room 114. So once you enter the building, you will be going to the far right. You can't miss us since we have the information table outside to be able to get you started from the moment you come into the area of the office.
All right. And also, where can people get information online?
Online, you can check out the Secretary of State's website at www.sos.la.gov, www.sos.la.gov. They have an entire section on becoming a candidate, which lays out the laws that pertain to the different positions. It also lays out in full detail the qualifying fee information. Also on the Secretary of State's website, as I stated earlier, you can see who is qualifying for the different positions. Because keep in mind, on the upcoming ballot for November, there are lots of things that are going to be on that ballot.
Mm-hmm.
So there are judges, there is the district attorney, there is the constable. Those are things that people are qualifying for at the clerk's office. But also on that ballot, you will have U.S. Senator, you will have the congressional seats, you will have a Supreme Court seat, you will have a public service commissioner, you will have a Betsy position, you will have a judge for the Court of Appeal, and all of those are depending on which area you live in. There will also be constitutional amendments that will be on the ballot in November, in addition to some other neighborhood security, neighborhood improvement kinds of items that are on the ballot. So this will be a very long ballot come November. So as much preparation as people can do starting now, if you intend to qualify, and going forward, is going to help for a smoother process when you come to vote.
All right. And once again, what's the social media handle where folks can follow you and get information?
Orleans Parish Clerk of Court. So that's Orleans Parish Clerk of Court. If you look that up, you will find us.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Clerk of Civil District Court for the Parish of Orleans, Chelsea Napoleon. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for the update.
Eddie, I hope you don't mind, but I need to modify your statement just now. It's Clerk of Court for the Parish of Orleans.
Clerk of Court. Yeah, Clerk of Court for it. Thank you so much for the Parish of Orleans. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Have a great one.
All
Bye-bye.
right, you too. Bye-bye. All right. So, again, if you are interested in running for an office, you have until tomorrow, 4:30, and you can get that done at Tulane Avenue at the courthouse. And so that is, and we've had this conversation before when Pastor Torrance Sanders has come and he sat with us, and he's talked about the fact that a lot of times the best candidates for office are people who you already know and who are already in the community working.
Yes.
And so if you know somebody who is doing the work in your community and you believe that they should run for office, and they've been talking about running for office, they have until tomorrow. They have until tomorrow at 4:30 to qualify. so that they can run for one of those offices. You're going to run for something?
No.
You interested?
Not interested.
Oh, come on.
No, my husband ran for school board. That was enough for me.
You know what? When somebody close to you does it, so that is a point.
That is a point.
When you watch somebody go through it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've watched somebody go through it too. So when you watch somebody go through it, it changes your mind about a great many things. I'll never forget. One of my best friends ran for office back in the late 90s. He ran for office, and we got all excited, and folks went out there, they campaigned and the whole thing. It was his first time running for office, and he ran for a state rep seat, actually.
Oh, wow.
And he missed the runoff by a hair. Barely missed the runoff.
That hurts.
First time running for office,
but that's
barely
good.
missed.
Right.
It was great. We were thinking it was great. And so this is before cell phones became an everyday thing.
Yes.
So I give him a call, and I was like, okay, he needs a little time because he's upset about this. I called him like a few months later. We had spoken here and there, but I called him a few months later because I just wanted to check on him and see what was going on. And the message goes, the number you have dialed, such a is now 404, blah, blah, blah. And I said, why does he have an Atlanta number? So I called him up. I said, hey, man, what happened? He said, bro, I had to leave. I had to go. He said, because he was like, I will never run for office
wow.
again. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me.
He didn't have to leave.
Well, apparently he did, because that's what he did. He's doing very well in life now, but yeah.
ATL.
Yeah, but watching that happen, I was like, oh, man. All right, well, that cured my curiosity.
That would do it.
All right, we have hour number 2 of the Good Morning Show coming up. If you have anything on your mind, then give us a call, 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton. Tammy Barney is hanging out with us on the Good Morning Show on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
WBOK New Orleans, home of the Good Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. weekdays.
I'm Mike Island with BIN News Now. More states are reporting cases of cyclospora. The CDC says thousands of additional probable cases could push the total number of infections above 22,000 in 47 states, with the outbreak linked to recalled iceberg lettuce. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche won't be getting Republican Senator Susan Collins' vote when his nomination heads to the Senate floor. Collins says she reviewed Blanche's qualifications and testimony before concluding that his actions have further eroded the Justice Department's independence. Millions across the Midwest are getting hit by severe thunderstorms. The storms are set to produce heavy rain across the region, with many major cities like Chicago, St. Louis, and Kansas City all experiencing the storm's effect. A level 2 out of 4 flash flood risk is in place for much of the area. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the free iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
And good morning. Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton. Tammy Barney.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with me this morning.
Oh, it's been fun. I love it.
Yeah, this is what you call shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I do. I love shenanigans too. I love the Good Morning Show, but man, the hard news gets to me sometimes. So,
we need to laugh more.
I love laughing literally. Laughing literally is healthy.
It is.
Physiologically, laughing is healthy. Really quick, so I actually was talking to someone who had a friend who was in the hospital. The friend was in really bad shape, and they really thought the friend life was in serious danger at one point. And so the medical team got really concerned, and they're like, we don't know if this person is going to pull through. But my friend was saying, but that dude loves to laugh. So we would sit around the bed and we would tell jokes. And at one time, I say one time he was incapacitated, so he couldn't really do much. But they said as soon as he got the opportunity to at least do something, say something in the hospital bed, he would kind of laugh a little bit, or chuckle about some things. And then the doctors came in one day and they said, he's doing really way better. What's going on? And they said, we just been sitting here telling jokes and telling all these stories. And the doctor said, well, I guess laughing is the best
It's
medicine.
the best medicine.
So when the friend came to, he said, I heard y'all telling those jokes. And he said, I couldn't laugh, but inside I just kept laughing.
Oh, wow.
And so it really is physiologically laughing does help people. So it's more than lifting spirits, So yeah, I love to laugh. I laugh all the time.
Good.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I like being around people who laugh.
Yeah, me too. All right. So unfortunately, the summer is a little hotter than some people would like for it to be, and unfortunately, when it comes to the heat can be problematic. Joining us to talk about trends with heat and how to beat the heat is Jennifer Jones. She's a Google Trends expert. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm great, Eddie. How are you?
I am doing very well, but of course it could be a little cooler.
Just a little.
Yeah, so let's
I
talk.
agree.
Yeah, let's talk about what's happening with the high temps around the country and what effects they're causing.
Yeah, so y'all were talking about Atlanta just a second ago. I am in Atlanta, so I know a little bit about heat. And the rest of the country is also looking for specific information about the latest heat waves. Summer 26 has been a hot one, and heat wave has actually been a search that's up 250% over the last 3 months. And what is a heat dome is a breakout search. That's up 5,000% since last year. 5,000%. People are wanting to know what a heat dome is and how it can affect you.
So when people are finding this kind of information, or when people are searching this information, what is that telling you? These searches, what are you surmising from this?
Yeah, people are wanting to know how to get ahead of the heat, and basically what to do in the summer. A lot of people want to go outdoors during the summertime, but sometimes it's just absolutely too hot. What we've seen some folks look into, though, is restaurants near me with AC. I mean, if you're not going to be at home using your own air conditioning, you may as well go to a restaurant and use theirs. People are also wanting to know what foods to eat when it's hot. I'm guessing so you don't have to turn your oven on if you are going to stay home and eat. And people also want to know how to keep their dogs cool in the summer, what's the best time of day to exercise, just anything that's related to a life activity and that hot weather.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the go-to food for me when it's hot, watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yes. That is the go-to.
Always.
Absolutely.
It is. And watermelon actually, searches for watermelon and watermelon recipes actually spike every single summer, and this is no exception. So since 2004, the watermelon is always a hot topic on Google for what to eat and where to eat it, and it's up 150% over the last 3 months.
So what else are you seeing as far as trends about what people are looking to do as far as, so let's start with food. What's some of the relief that people are looking for food, and what's the output that you're seeing?
Yeah, we mentioned those foods that you don't have to eat. You don't have to, turn your oven on for. You don't have to cook. And some of those dishes, like, anything that has to do with watermelon, anything that's cool, anything that's no bake. A lot of people are also turning to some of our products, again, to find places near them that have AC, including restaurants, including museums that might be free or open for the day if you don't, want to spend a lot of money, but you can't go outside. And so they're turning to Gemini, which is our AI tool, and it's like an AI personal assistant. And Gemini will actually give you a schedule based on the upcoming weather report and what you want to do that summer. For example, it'll say, it's best for getting outside before 9 a.m. this day, or you could stay outside until noon this day. And then it says, don't go outside at all today. This is the best day to go see that summer movie that you've been wanting to see and stay in the AC. And here are times and locations to purchase a ticket.
What kinds of activities are people searching for?
Well, it couldn't be me, but folks are still wanting to go outside. So hiking has actually been searched. Hiking has actually been searched more than ever before this year, which is just crazy to me. But people are doing it, and also running. How to train for a marathon is up exponentially, and walking. Not me. Walking is also up. Reached a 10-year high. Walking club reached a 10-year high in 2026. So folks are still getting out there. I'm guessing they're doing it in those early morning hours, but it's still, sometimes it's still a balmy 90 degrees at 9 a.m.
But you know what? This is gonna sound kind of crazy. I don't jog as much as I used to, but when I did jog a lot, I love to jog in the summer, much more than the winter.
Ooh.
I did. I don't know why, because it would be waking bacon out there, and I would be out there just running my little tail off. And my wife even joked with me about it. She was like, the hotter it gets, the more you want to jog.
Wow.
And I think it has to have something to do with sweating. That's the only thing I can come up with, because I do feel better when I get a really good sweat in. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
That's fair. Fair enough.
Yeah, the hiking one, though, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't either. I do not want to climb a mountain and get closer to the sun. Not at all. I'll stay down on the ground. But people are doing it. They're looking into national parks and hiking. National Park Week is actually coming up the end of this month.
Yeah.
So folks are researching. Zion National Park was the most searched national park among all folks searching for hiking this summer. Rocky Mountain National Park, Acadia, they're still looking for those spots to get out. But one thing that we have seen with those hiking searches, the top searches are all centered around like a lake or a waterfall or a body of water. So people are taking those hikes and then they're wanting to get in that water.
Are there any other summer or any other heat-related searches that you can think about that people are engaging in?
Well, I will say there has been a few summer adult beverages that have been searched at an all-time high this year. And chilled red wine.
We love that in New Orleans.
Yeah. So, people are definitely partaking in those searches. Chilled red wine is at an all-time high. Now, I don't know a lot about chilled red. Chilled white I can do.
Yeah.
But I guess I've got to try out a chilled red. It is very popular.
The closest I'll get to that is a sangria.
Well, sangria didn't make our list, but you know what did?
What?
I know. This is sort of like sangria. You can do like an Aperol spritz or a Hugo spritz. Yeah. And the country is actually a little bit divided on that. So they're kind of half and half. I didn't know that people knew what a Hugo spritz was, but our maps and our trends tell us that actually here in Atlanta, Hugo spritz beats the Aperol spritz. And I just thought, well, I didn't know that. I don't think I've even had one.
I'm going to have to find out what a Hugo spritz. I've never heard of it. That's really interesting. I mean, I know that for some people, so for some people in New Orleans, if it's not beer, for some people in New Orleans, a go-to for a lot of people is a French 75. Yeah,
that is very New Orleans.
Yeah, a lot of people, the go-to will be a French 75. Now, of course, you have the tourists who come here, and the poor tourists, they go, "Whoa, New Orleans!" and then we have to peel them off Bourbon Street because they're like, "Yeah, you really can't drink too much in this heat. You have to be. There's this thing called water. You got to drink that too.
Drink water." With some electrolytes.
Yeah, with some electrolytes. that would definitely be a good fix for that. Well, Jennifer, really appreciate it. This is a really interesting, as far as beating the summer heat. And I keep thinking about a couple of summers ago. Remember a couple of summers ago, it was like 100 degrees for almost a week or a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I try not to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's still hot enough. So, well, I hope things are going well in hot Atlanta, and I hope that you're able to stay cool.
I am. I'm more of an inside toy. I'm not really going outside, so it's fine over here.
Let me ask you also. I've got to know this. Is there anything? Do you have at your fingertips? If anything has popped up on Google Trends as far as AC repairs or HVAC repairs or anything like that,
Good question.
or where to buy a fan or anything like that?
Well, yeah. So I don't have any immediate data on, how many folks need AC fixes during the summer, but you've got to know that it can spike. And personally, I came home from vacation this weekend to find that one of our ACs had gone out completely. So I know I did a little searching myself, and then we had to replace the whole thing, which was a number that I really don't want to think about either. It wasn't triple digits like that heat, but I don't want to think about that number.
Right.
So it's definitely something that people are looking for. People are asking Gemini, when should I use my AC to keep this crazy electric bill from being so high? When can I turn the lights on? When should I run the dishwasher? That kind of thing to save electricity.
Yeah, I mean, I use Gemini quite a bit, and so I really appreciate that you can have this personal assistant with you, to just help you kind of think through some things, but then also to bring up some resources that you probably haven't even thought about. And so, yeah, I've definitely gone to Google a couple of times and I've asked about, okay, well, how do I maintain my AC and that sort of thing? It didn't work because mine went out too. So
What is that?
yeah, I know. So the fans are on full blast right now.
Yep.
So, well, Jennifer Jones, Google Trends expert, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for the information this morning.
Hey, you're welcome. It was really fun.
All right, then. Again, stay cool
Stay
out there.
cool.
Y'all stay cool. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. And once again, there's Jennifer Jones, Google Trends expert, talking about Google search trends, AI tips, and more. And, of course, you have Google Gemini you can use. I actually like Claude a lot, too.
I haven't tried Claude yet. I've heard about Claude.
I really like Claude.
You like Claude?
Claude
Okay.
is pretty intuitive.
I'm gonna have to
Pretty
try
intuitive. Yeah. The only thing about AI is that AI will gas your head. I mean, like if you run an idea by AI, and AI will say, "Oh, that is a brilliant idea," and I'm going, "Yeah, I know it's brilliant. Thank you, Claude." My boy Claude said it was a good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's so bad. So let me tell you something. It's so bad in our house that my wife and we talk about Claude like he's the homie from work.
I know people that do that.
Right. So one
Yeah.
day my wife she goes, well, I was talking to Claude and I was like, okay, it's getting weird. It's getting weird right now. It's getting very weird. I mean, I will make inquiries as well.
Yeah,
I'll put a query in there.
Yes.
But I'm not going to talk about Claude like I was actually talking to
Talking to
Claude.
Claude.
Like, you're scaring me. So,
I think we need to talk about you wanting to run in the summer. I don't get that.
I don't. It is the weirdest thing to me. I can't stand running or walking in the winter. I can't stand
love it then.
I can't stand it. And I know exactly.
I can breathe.
You know what it is? You know that I just figured it out. It's having to put on all the clothes.
Yes. Okay.
That's
I
what I
get
don't
that.
like.
I get that part.
And in the summer, shorts, t-shirt, shoes, I'm
And
gone.
you're gone. Yeah.
I'm gone.
I
But
get that part.
I do think the perspiration has something to do with it as well. Because I really like getting a good sweat. Actually, my father-in-law is the same way. When he was an avid jogger, and he was telling me that the hotter it got, the more he would want to run.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I don't know.
I actually work out in a gym with no AC.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh.
And I don't like it.
You
I like the workout afterwards.
You aren't one of those CrossFitters, are you?
I am.
You're a CrossFitter?
I am a CrossFitter.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so surprised that I'm even saying that. But yeah.
You're a CrossFitter? Oh man. All right. Are you doing do you do the whole deal though? Do you do handstands, walking on your hands and all that?
No,
good
I
stuff?
don't. No,
You don't do that?
I'm not at that level. I'm still at a beginning level.
What is the thing? What is the pull up that? Okay, see, now you're about to get me on a whole new thing. What is the pull up thing that CrossFitters do when they jerk themselves up and down on the pull up bar?
Yeah.
That looks dangerous.
It does look dangerous. I have not tried that yet.
Okay.
You're like on a rubber band thing, and you.
Oh,
I've
the
seen-
rings. The
yeah.
rings. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I've done the rings, but I haven't done where I'm standing on like a rubber band and pulling myself up to the bar.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not strong enough yet to do that, but who knows?
But that's also dangerous.
But if you're fit, it's not too bad.
Yeah, if that rubber band slips, which it does, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do it because
I haven't done it.
I would not want to do it because I have visions of what that rubber band would do to me if it slips. And it is not a good vision. It is not a good feel because I can feel it right now talking about it. I don't want that to
Don't
happen.
want that feeling. I get it.
No, so it's wow. But you're not all in CrossFitting where you do all the stuff in
No, we have different levels at our gym. So
Okay.
I'm at the fit level. I'm not at the, he calls it the WOD level. They're the
the what level?
WOD, W-O-D.
WOD?
Yeah, and they do the crazy stuff with the heavy weights and all that. I'm not there.
Oh, okay. Everybody,
And I'm not trying to get there.
okay, everybody doing cleans and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
all that.
And,
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, all right. So you're not one
I'm
of
just running in the summer heat like we had to run yesterday. Did not like it.
the look on your
I
face.
did not like it.
It's like a look of pure contempt right
Yeah.
now. I mean, the CrossFit community is really it's funny because the CrossFit community is so hilarious. I mean, deadly serious. And some of them, I think, take themselves way too seriously.
Yeah, see,
but-
I got into it and didn't even know I was getting into it.
Oh, that's what
I
it
was just looking for something, saw an ad on Facebook, looking for something. I needed to work out, get in shape, lose some weight. And before I knew it, I was a CrossFitter.
That's how it happens. I saw an ad on Facebook. Oh, man. You see an ad, and you say, let me click this. And
Yes.
then next thing you know.
True story. Those Facebook ads work, people.
They do. They do. And they have you thinking that you'll be able to do some stuff that you don't really want to do.
Right.
Like, I've clicked on a few of those ads, and I'm going, this looks like a good idea. I think I'm a good leader. And it's somebody who wants you to help run their MLM scheme. And they're like, well, this isn't multi-level marketing. This is network marketing. It's the same thing.
It is
Stop
the
it.
same. It's the same thing.
It's Amway Digital. That's what it is. So stop it. Don't talk to me like I don't know what this is. That oh God, I can't stand it when people act like I don't know what I'm looking at. Good morning again to the listeners on Facebook Firmware. Good morning to you, Alicia Plumber. Thank you for hanging out with us as always. Charles Ferguson, good morning to you. Jacqueline Wilmar, Cliff Dugard, thank you so much for hanging out. Hey, Deborah Jones, good morning to you, and Monty Slinger. And, there we go. All right. So YouTube is awake right now. Who Are We documentary 2204. Hey, good morning to you. So the comments, laughing with versus laughing at is acceptable. Yeah, I laugh with people.
Laugh with,
I
not
laugh
at.
with people.
I don't like being laughed at, and I don't laugh at.
Right. Watermelon is hydrating. Yes. Go to a library and read and learn in the air conditioner. That is really
excellent
good.
idea.
That's a great idea. Mountainous areas are cooler. Oh, okay. There we go. We're getting some. We're getting some good stuff in there. Orangey Galloway. there he is. There he is. Yeah. Okay, so he's on one this morning like he always is. Let's see. Who Are We documentary says liquor contains elevated carbohydrates and elevated body temperature. Thank you. That is a really good piece of information because it's always Jazz Fest. That's when Jazz Fest always looks like a mass unit.
Yes.
With tourists.
Yes.
Because it is funny how it's always that first weekend of Jazz Fest that's not so hot. And then the second weekend.
It is hot.
The second weekend, welcome to spring, officially.
Yes.
And the second weekend, when you see all these tourists, I shouldn't be laughing, but this is when you see all these tourists just laid out on stretchers and gurneys and stuff, and you're just like, what happened to this? And they were just drinking too much.
Yeah.
And there's always
not enough water.
And there's always a local around who says, "Hey, slow down," and they never listen.
Yeah, have a drink, have some water, have a drink,
have some water, have some water, have a drink, have
Yes,
some water, have some
a drink.
water,
Yeah.
have a drink. I actually, one of my good friends, Eric Beal, he's Eric did this thing with a friend of ours where they were all hanging out at a bar, and brother was having his drinks, and Eric kept lining up cups of water. And we went to St. Aug, and Eric was like, "Come on, Purple, drink some more water." He's like, "Man, stop putting that water in front of me." And Eric was like, "Man, for every drink you have, you should have 2 cups of water." And that I've been trying to practice that ever since.
That's a good practice.
Ever since Eric told me that story. But yeah, you got to drink that water, man. You have got to drink that water. All right, so we got more stuff coming up on the Good Morning Show. We have some news to share as usual, but then also there are your phone calls, because if you have something that you want to talk about, this morning show is kind of a kickback show. It's not as newsy as it usually is, and so we're kicking back this morning. So if there's something that you want to call in and talk about, something kind of light, that would be cool, because Tam and I just talked about the fact that we just like to laugh.
Yes.
Why not? Have a laugh this morning. Take a load off, all right? Take a load off. So give us a call, 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton and with Tammy Barney on the Good Morning Show on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Kubel, and here are your Thursday morning headlines for you. 5 people are without a home after a fire in the Plum Orchard area. NOFD says they responded to a 4-unit home on Lonely Oak Drive around 12:30 a.m. They say that heavy flames were coming from the back of the second floor. The person in that unit told crews the fire started after he dumped an ashtray with a lit cigarette butt in the trash. Everyone in the complex made it out safely, and the fire was out in less than an hour. The Red Cross is helping out those displaced. And the greatest athlete in New Orleans history is one day closer to cementing his legacy. Saints legend Drew Brees will become the newest member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame this weekend, and all of the celebrations kick off tonight. Then tomorrow night, Brees will officially get his gold jacket. And for the big day Saturday, Brees will take part in a parade with the class of 2026 and returning Hall of Famers at 7 a.m. Then at 11 a.m., Brees will officially be enshrined and have his bronze bust unveiled during the ceremony, which will air on ESPN. All of this, of course, is a massive moment for Brees and Who Dat Nation, and his former teammates all agree this is so well deserved. That is a look for you at your Thursday morning headlines. I'm Elizabeth.
Attention, WBOK listeners. Are you a fan of the station and want to show your support and style? Well, we've got some exciting news for you. Introducing the official WBOK merchandise, the perfect way to wear your love for the station. Whether you're a longtime listener or a new fan, we've got something for everyone. Head to WBOK1230.com now and grab your WBOK gear before it's gone. When you buy WBOK merch, you're not just getting quality items, you're supporting the station you love.
Step back into time and experience the moments that shaped our world at the National World War II Museum. This world-renowned museum brings history to life, telling the stories of the American experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. From immersive exhibits to powerful personal stories, this is more than a museum. Go to nationalww2museum.org and plan your visit today.
This summer, the place to be is downtown. From incredible restaurants and shopping to retail, wellness, and so much more. Enjoy special offers and discounts from participating downtown businesses all season long. Brought to you by the Downtown Development District. Whether it's after work, date night, or weekend fun, there's always something happening downtown. Plan your next outing at participating locations like Coppervine, Mother's, the Audubon Aquarium, and Riverwalk Outlets. Visit downtownnola.com. Summer starts here.
What if you could pull up a chair at the same table as your doctors? Join me, Kimber White Dupree, as I welcome board-certified physicians, Dr. Princess Dinner and Dr. Darlonda Rayno Harris. For Table Rounds, we're bringing those meaningful medical conversations out of the hospital and into our community. Health topics that matter most, from the health disparities and menopause to mental health and much more. Table Rounds with Dr. Princess Dinner and Dr. Darlonda Rayno Harris. Every fourth Monday at 10 a.m. on the front porch, because better conversations lead to better health.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Losing a loved one is tough enough. Do you really want your family dealing with court battles and paperwork on top of it?
Whether you choose a will or a trust, think ahead. Take care of your family. Let them focus on healing instead of headaches. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Partly cloudy, hot and muggy with a dose of afternoon storms today. Highs reach 89 to 95, feeling like the triple digits. Spotty storms arriving in the afternoon, lasting through evening. Not everyone will see them. And then for tonight, 75 to 78, muggy again. For tomorrow, 90 to 95, feeling like the triple digits, and another round of scattered storms. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Rishaw.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
And good morning. Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton, and Tammy Barney is hanging out with us. And this morning, the phone lines are open for you. As a matter of fact, Elwin is on the line this morning. Good morning,
Good
Elwin.
morning.
What's up?
Hey, Eddie Francis and the dancers. I got a bone I want to pick with you.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, first of all, Elwin, you sound good, man. How you living?
I'm doing good.
All right, man. You're not living small like a golf ball, huh?
No.
That's me, man. That's me. I'm living small like a golf ball, man. I'm not like you.
Now,
all right. What's the bone?
Why didn't you say Chuck Muncie shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame?
I didn't think about Chuck
wow.
Muncie. I did not think about Chuck Muncie. Okay, so he should be.
He should be in the Saints Hall of Fame. They don't even have him in no Hall of Fame.
I agree. He should be in the Saints. You know what? I didn't even think about the fact he's not in the Saints Hall of Fame. How long did he play with the Saints? It was like 3 years.
4 years.
It was 4 years. So he
4
did.
years.
Yeah. He did 4 years with the Saints. That might be why, though. But it was 4 good years.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I got to say about the NFL.
Uh-oh.
The NFL is kind of like they prejudice a little bit because. Look, Bob Hayes and all of them, they use drugs. Bob Hayes in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
I think he is. Yeah. So why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? That they're? They are.
Well,
but,
look,
but why?
Football players, they use them things and they. They get hit certain ways and they ask the trainers for certain drugs and they don't give it to them and they have to go out there and get it on their own. I don't see any reason why Chuck Muncie shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you're right about Bob Hayes. So, but here's the thing about Bob Hayes. They posthumously inducted him. So so as long as the man was alive, they weren't budging on it.
Yeah, but they're doing the same thing. Chuck Muncie is dead, so they're kind of like doing him the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, I
yeah.
mean that's not fair for them not to put him in there. I mean, look, let me say it this way: all them players used drugs back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not going to mention the name. The quarterback of the Saints at that time didn't do it. Okay, but I'm gonna say it this way: all of them have used drugs. Some of them are in there. Some of them are not. Chuck Muncie didn't do no harm but to himself. And then he changed his life around.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is they should put him in there, at least put him in the Saints Hall of Fame. They don't even vote. He can't even get a vote to be in the Saints Hall of Fame.
I did not realize that he wasn't. It never occurred to me that he's not in the Saints Hall of Fame, man. Yeah, and the NFL. I mean, one thing NFL cannot do is take the moral high ground. That's for sure. There's no way the NFL can take the moral high ground on anything.
And see, the thing is, I think Tony Galbert should be in there with him.
Oh yeah, goodness, Tony
because they're
Galbert,
both
yeah.
Some good names.
They both was running backs in the same backfield.
Mm-hmm. They sure were.
So I don't see any problem with that. But this commissioner we got.
Yeah, well.
Don't even mention it.
I was about to say. And I mean, and the other thing is, the owners have a lot of control too. And so, go ahead.
Yeah, but who was the owner back then? I think it was it Neekum?
Yeah, it was Neekum. Yeah.
Well, Neekum is no longer there.
Well, but you know what? But let me, and I know if Roe Brown is listening, I know he's going to straighten me out on this. But I do wonder how much owners have to do with Hall of Fame voting. I don't think they have anything to do with that, or I don't know if they have any influence. I should put it that way. I doubt that they have any influence. So I might have to take that back about the owners anyway. But
ask Roe Brown to call you and pass his opinion on it.
Okay, all right, Owen, I'll do that. I'll ask Ro to call me and tell me what I need to do. You know what? This was a good conversation until you said that, Owen. Brother, it's good hearing from you.
Yeah, it's good hearing from you too, Eddie Francis. You on Saturdays, right?
I sure am.
I listen to your show.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Thank you.
I'm sorry. You sorry I listened to your show on Saturdays?
Well, I mean, man, I don't know what kind of effect it may have on you, man.
Keep listening. Keep listening.
I mean, what got to me, you said, all these other Hall of Famers should be in there, and you didn't say anything about Chuck Muncie.
All right, man. Well, you have to call and lambaste me about it. I mean, goodness, he didn't lambaste me, but anyway, he did not. All right. Owen, you have a good point. You're right, as usual. How about that? You feel better now? You feel better about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I want him in there because, I mean, he was no different than any other player that played football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. And I have to say, but it hurt my heart when he left the Saints. I was so hurt because I was, golly, what year was that he left? Was that 78 or something, or 79?
Something like that, yeah, 78 or 79.
Yeah, I was a kid, man. So I was like,
then he went to California.
It was a San Diego, right?
San Diego, yeah, he went to San Diego.
He and West Chandler,
he was from California anyway.
Oh, okay. But he and West Chandler went to San Diego, right? They both went.
Right. They both went.
Yeah.
And I think West Chandler should be in there. At least in the Saints Hall of Fame.
Yeah, West
I
Chandler.
don't know why they do all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, West Chandler should definitely be in the Saints Hall of Fame. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. So, yeah, man. Well, thank you much, Elwin. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right. I'll be calling the morning show in a few minutes when y'all get off the air.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right. Later.
Bye-bye.
Laters. So... Good hearing from Elwin. Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things is you and I started talking about laughing, and one of the reasons I do like to laugh a lot is I know what it's like to feel a lot of stress. And it is not fun.
It is not fun.
Stress is not fun at all. And so I try to stay as stress-free as possible. So even on the days that I am stressed out, I mean, running a business, I get
That's stressful.
I get stressed out. And so when I do get stressed out, I try to find something that's gonna make me laugh. Like I'll watch a movie or a comedy show or something that'll make me laugh. I have to stop doing the social media thing because, yeah.
That's not funny a lot of the time.
Yeah, like you'll find something really funny on social media and then it turns into doom scrolling. And then you find something else funny and then you start doom scrolling again.
Yes.
And so it doesn't last long.
Well, my favorite comedian, if you want somebody to laugh, is Josh
Johnson.
Who's
Yes.
from Louisiana.
Alexandria, Holy Savior Menard High School. Yes. Yes.
He is hilarious to me.
Yeah. So Nicole Collins, who used to hang out with us, they were at school together.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, wow.
She says she's a couple years older than he is. But Josh Johnson, I watched his HBO special.
I have not seen it.
Oh, you gotta watch
I've
it.
got to see it.
You have got to watch it. It is good stuff. Yeah. Josh Alexandria graduated from Centenary. So yeah, Josh, he's the man.
He is.
He is the man. I love yeah. So his videos are videos I will watch
Yeah,
when I
when
get
I'm
stressed
feeling
out.
stressed or sad or whatever, I watch those.
And Panda Bears.
Panda bears.
Yeah, I watch pandas when I get stressed out.
Panda bears.
Because
okay.
they are hilarious. They are
Never watched panda bears.
They are the goofiest animals. They are so
I know
goofy.
they're cute. I didn't know that
They
were
are, but
goofy.
they just fall.
Oh.
They just fall. Like they fall off of stuff all the time.
I need to watch some panda bears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Panda Bears.
I usually like Laughing Babies.
Laughing Babies are so Laughing Babies.
That's the most natural. Just
they're contagious.
Contagious.
It's contagious. Yeah. And then also there's this. I forgot this brother's screen name. But he has 3 Dobermans. The Dobermans' names are Knox, Bear, and Junior. And the Dobermans are his relationship with the Dobermans.
The Dobermans.
It is hilarious.
I didn't even know people still had Dobermans.
Oh yeah. A couple of people in my neighborhood. One there's someone in my neighborhood has the Doberman. Another person has a really pretty chocolate Doberman.
Oh.
Gorgeous dog. But yeah, this guy. Oh man, I can't remember this brother's name, but his screen name. But he is his relationship with the dogs is absolutely hilarious. Like he's always playing jokes on them and stuff.
Oh wow.
And they love it. Like
okay.
these are very playful dogs. But that's
I never saw them as being playful.
But that's because he's playful.
Okay.
Because what happens is that your dogs, they feel your energy.
Yes.
I have a Rottweiler and she's very playful. And that's because we're always laughing and playing around in the house.
And those are big dogs.
And you know what? They are big cream puffs too.
Well, I know my sister, they had 2.
Yeah.
So I do know.
They are big cream puffs. And they are babies. They are big old babies. Our dog is 110 pounds. She's always trying to get in our laps.
110 pounds.
She's always trying to get in our laps. I know. So yeah, so the reason is I became very concerned at one point about physiologically what was happening with me with stress because I could feel the effects on my body. And so I looked into it, and as it turns out, stress really does hurt us physically. From the Mayo Clinic, next time you find yourself really stressed out about something, here's what you need to consider that the stress may be doing to your body. Number one is heart health. And I have a cousin who's a cardiologist, and he talked to me about what stress does to people's hearts. And it really does have that effect. But the mental side of it is anxiety. Frequent worry can cause many health issues, depression, issues with memory and focus. You suffer there. High levels of stress hormone, the cortisol, it can make it hard to focus and remember things. And that also makes it harder to think. So if you think about times at work when you're with the team and the team is stressed out.
Yes.
And the team can't seem to produce, that's because people can't focus and a lot of people are forgetting things. And so
that explains a lot.
It does. It really does. Short-term physical health effects of stress include digestive problems, stomach pain and bloating, or two-way stress may affect your gut. You may also get heartburn or acid reflux, muscle tension and pain, headaches, and then also sleep difficulties. The long-term effects include shortness of breath and rapid breathing, COPD, so chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, weight gain, sexual issues, you have lower sexual interest, heart disease, as I just mentioned, heart attack, high blood pressure, and stroke. And so now what the Mayo Clinic says when it comes to stress, your potentially stressful event is different from everyone else's, yours, whatever yours is. So how you react makes a difference, and you may react differently. So what may contribute to this? It may be genes. Your genes help shape how you react to stress. This is why some people are naturally laid back and others tend to respond quickly to even the slightest stressor. Life experiences. Your life experiences may shape how you respond to stressors. And life's demands, day-to-day pressures can also put you through a lot of stress. So what can you do? And this is why I like to laugh. and
run in the heat.
And run. You're not letting it go, are you?
No.
All right, CrossFitter. So a good sense of humor it can be a cure, and the short-term benefits when it comes to laughter, if you want to counter that stress, maybe this, stimulate many organs. Laughter helps you take in oxygen-rich air, which stimulates your heart, lungs, and muscles. Laughter also increases feel-good chemicals called endorphins that your brain releases. This is also from the Mayo Clinic, by the way. Laughter activates and relieves your stress response. A rollicking laugh, I love that, rollicking. A rollicking laugh fires up and then cools down your stress response. It can also raise and lower your heart rate and blood pressure. As a result, you feel good and more relaxed. Laughter soothes tension. So one of the things that I point out when people talk about our personal brand and values,
yes.
I actually point to humor as one of my values, one of my core values, because
I love that.
A lot of times I've been able to, whenever there's a stressful situation, especially a work situation, I've been able to break the tension by joking about something.
Yes.
Or by making people laugh. And I do it intentionally. I'm not doing it because I'm being goofy. I'm doing it because I want to break the tension.
That's a good tactic.
Yeah, I do it all the time. As a matter of fact, my in-laws, I spent last week with my in-laws in North Carolina. They had a family moment, and it got a bit
Those family
tense.
moments.
It got a bit tense, and so when I found the opportunity to tactfully say something, I said something to make my father-in-law laugh, and that broke the tension. And my wife was like, "Thank you," and I was just like, "No problem. I saw where this was going." I was like, "Come on, man, stop it." And laughter is not a quick pick-me-up, the Mayo Clinic says. It helps your immune system work better. So laughter can lower stress hormones that weaken immune system, such as cortisol. Laughter also boosts certain immune cells that fight illness. Laughter relieves pain. Laughter increases personal satisfaction. Laughter boosts your mood as well. And so how can you improve your sense of humor? Now, this is fascinating to me.
I can't wait to hear
I know,
this.
because there are people you ever been around somebody like, okay, you really need a better sense of humor.
Yes.
And so how do you do that? Surround yourself with humor. Find a few simple items that make you chuckle, like photos, greeting cards, comic strips, and hang them up in your home or your office and collect them and file them in a notebook or something. Keep them on your phone. Keep funny texts, memes, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. Practice laughing with others. Find a way to laugh about your own situations. Over time, this may ease your stress, even if it feels forced at first. Practice laughing. I actually really like that whole, even if it feels forced at first.
Yes.
Because people, in this social media world, people are quick to try to label who's being real and who's not.
All the time.
Which I hate.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, it's really self-righteous.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really is. And so I really appreciate that they said, even if it feels forced, just practice laughing. And I can see that. I can see that working. Share a laugh with people. Spend time around people who make you laugh. And then know what isn't funny. This is why I get in trouble. No, it isn't funny. Don't laugh at the expense of others. Some forms of humor may be hurtful. Use your best judgment to tell the difference between a good joke and one that may hurt someone else. I'm actually better these days than I used to be. But
I'm glad to hear that.
I am. I'm a new man. And so
that's because you've been laughing more.
Yeah. And I found me a good woman.
That helps.
And so, yeah. So if you find that you are stressed out, you can break that stress by simply laughing. You're welcome, America.
Yes,
All
we
right.
needed that today.
Yes, we are going to take a break for the home stretch of the show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton on the Good Morning Show on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. Music. Music, please. Music. I just went to commercial break.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
In nearly 50 years of covering Louisiana's justice system, I have never witnessed the indictment of a sitting state attorney general by an Orleans Parish grand jury or by a grand jury in any other Louisiana parish. That was big news. Then came even bigger news. All of the charges were dropped by the special prosecutor assigned to oversee the case. Former Judge Lori White, the special prosecutor, says she dropped the indictment against State Attorney General Liz Murrill because New Orleans Mayor Helena Moreno and other city officials urged her to do so to ease tensions between the city and state. The mayor offered a peace sign asking Governor Jeff Landry to meet so they could resolve their differences. Landry said no, not until the city gets things in order. Requesting that the AG charges be dropped was another peace sign. Landry still said no, thank you. Landry and Murrill have no interest in being friends with New Orleans leaders. I understand not wanting to be friends with people who you think want you to be put behind bars for 80 years. The circumstances and the players are different, but what we have here is the latest chapter in a long history of the bruising political wars between the state and the city. It's not good for the city or the state. Who knows how this latest drama will play out? What matters is whether this legal grudge match helps citizens who want leaders who will improve their quality of life. Now, this unfortunate drama is damaging our state, our city, our judiciary, and our chances for more economic development. It boils down to this. It's a cartoon with characters bashing each other, and it's not funny. We deserve better. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Real issues, real talk, real solutions. Miss an episode of The Reality Check? You can catch every episode anytime. Search WBOK Media on your favorite podcast app to tap the bold commentary, real-time reactions, and powerful perspectives from the people and leaders shaping our city. Download, share, and rate it 5 stars because the real ones always stay informed.
Climate Hope NOLA presents this month's climate keyword, adaptation. Climate adaptation means preparing our communities for stronger storms, hotter days, flooding, and rising water. That means planting trees, restoring wetlands, protecting homes, and helping families recover stronger after disasters. In New Orleans, resilience is part of who we are and how we survive. Learn more, stay informed, and take action with Climate Hope NOLA. Visit Team Hope NOLA on Instagram to learn more.
Did you hear the news? Dr. Clark's 101 The Living Classroom has a new time. Catch us now every Wednesday at noon. Same program, same great conversations. Just a new time. So catch Dr. Clark's 101 The Living Classroom this Wednesday and every Wednesday only on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about.
This is Andronica Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
And good morning. Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton. Tammy Barty hanging out with us. We got Pam on the line this morning. Let's get Pam in right away. Good morning, Pam. How are you?
Good morning, Pam.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Francis. Good morning, guests. I am just laughing listening to you guys.
So Pam is one of the listeners who makes me laugh all the time,
love
and
it.
she has an infectious laugh.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Yeah, exactly. What's been going on with you, Pam?
Oh, just enjoying life and, living it to the fullest and loving on my honey and all that good stuff and just being a good girl.
Oh, black love. That's what I'm talking about.
But I had to call you guys because from like elementary school all the way to high school and some parts of college, a lot of my friends or associates or acquaintances, they always called me the class clown. The class clown. Now, I would do my work, I would listen and everything, but there was this one teacher. Her name was Miss Rasmussen. And Miss Rasmussen would talk, and I guess she wasn't wearing a sealant to hold her dentures in, so they would slip a lot. And so one day I told her, I said, well, Miss Rasmussen, I was at her desk, but I said, Miss Rasmussen, why don't you just take them out and let your mouth rest for a little while? Just sit them on the desk. And she set them on the desk. And I told anyone that was brave enough, I used to bring cookies to school. I said, anyone that wants a chocolate chip cookie, come pick up the little tin we had over it. So the cookies was under there and her teeth.
No.
And they told me, Pam, don't bring no more chocolate chip cookies to school. You got to put them on her desk. And she was laughing, baby, and she was showing all them gums. I loved Miss Rasmussen, but I didn't like her. So that was my laugh for the day. But I'm enjoying that you guys are laughing because I am a cancer survivor. And I was laughing before then, and God has given me the power and strength to get up and keep laughing.
Oh, man, that is good. Thank you so much
So
for bringing...
glad you called.
Yeah, Pam, thank you so much for bringing light
thank
to the
y'all.
show.
All right. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, then. Have a good
All
one.
righty.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Yeah, so
Love that.
Pam usually calls on the next show. Actually, Elwin and Pam, they usually call on our next show, The Front Porch, and they participate in all the games and everything. And Pam really does have the most infectious laugh.
I love infectious laughing.
Yeah, like every time there were times that she would call, like if I sit in with Kembo with Graylin on the front porch, there were times she would call and just hearing her voice, I would just start laughing. I would start laughing. I was like, she doesn't have to say anything. I'm just gonna start laughing because she is hilarious. And so so it has been it's been good to talk about that. Hopefully, and I really do intentionally hope that even though we want to make sure that you get the news and information that you need, something like laughing or something that is good for your health is something that's going to help break the tension of what we get in the news cycle.
Yes.
Because the news cycle is not going to get any better anytime soon.
Not anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. And so take that time to laugh. By all means, take that time to laugh. Go back to the news, read what you got to read, get your information. Take whatever action you need to take in your life to make your life better and the lives of the people around you. Because we're thinking less and less about our communities.
That's
less
so
and less.
True.
Yeah. I was doing a keynote. I was doing a keynote speech for a group of social workers. And one of the things that I talked about is how I really, really have a big issue with so much leadership is self-centered leadership these days. Not that it's anything new. I mean, we've always had it in history, but in this social media age, when you're right next to it and you feel like you're sitting right next to the person, even though you know nothing about them.
Yes.
You get it's the immediate the effects of it are more immediate. And the example I brought up was in this individualistic society, we think so much about ourselves. Think about the way we talk about voting. We say, I don't want the price of my groceries to go up. I don't want the price of my gas to go up.
Good point.
I don't want my neighborhood to look like this. We hardly ever say what's going to happen to our gas prices, our groceries, our community, our neighborhood. And so So I think that's what helps create a lot of tension a lot of times and a lot of stress. And so I think this is one of the reasons that people feel so isolated and stressed out a lot of times.
Yes.
So take a minute to laugh.
To laugh with others.
I'm going to do a little self-promotion here. On Saturday, the way forward, I'm going to do a commentary about the hotly debated Tuskegee University dress code for the students.
Man, I wish we had talked about that this morning because I have thoughts.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about where I see the strongest argument for the dress codes and where I see the strongest argument against the dress code on Saturday. And yeah, I probably should have talked about this, but I didn't want to spoil my own show.
Yeah, you didn't want to spoil your show. I get it.
And where I see a problem, even though it is well-intentioned, where I see a problem with the use of the word professional and how it needs to be reframed. And so I do believe that I will say this. I don't have a problem with the dress code. I will say that I think that it could be framed with a little bit more intention. I'll put it that way.
That's a good point.
But also, as we close out, don't forget to listen. We didn't have Congressman Troy Carter on today. He's busy doing congressman things. And so we didn't.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that man gets busy. Sometimes, he
they
has
all
to.
have to sometimes.
Yeah, but as always, we always appreciate the fact that he does outreach to the community, but he just couldn't join us this morning. But do not forget to check out his podcast, What Makes America Tick. So Congressman Troy Carter, What Makes America Tick. Make sure you check it out. You can check it out on YouTube. And, of course, we do play What Makes America Tick here on WBOK. All right. So coming up next is The Front Porch. Tammy Barney, thank you so much for hanging out.
Oh, I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, you were a great partner this morning. I
Thank
appreciate you.
We laughed.
Yes.
We had fun.
Yes, we laughed. We had some fun. We did some Saints talk, all that
We
other
talked
good
about
stuff.
voting. Y'all
Yeah.
do your homework, y'all, for that November election.
Yes, absolutely. And again, if you want to qualify, tomorrow 4:30 is the cutoff time to qualify. Go to the Secretary of State's website for information. Jared, thank you as usual. I appreciate you, my brother. All right, coming up next is The Front Porch. Make sure you hang out with them because they need friends. All right. This is the Good Morning Show. Eddie Francis in for Will Sutton on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.